Hi YouTubers, this is Lloyd, and this video we're going to cook some salmon, Caribbean style. And I came upon this recipe when I was trying to figure out a way to get my wife, my boo, to eat salmon for the health benefits. And we eat a lot of fried fish down here in the South, but that's not really the healthy way to do it. We have a salmon stew, and it's delicious. And the reason I make these videos is I want to make sure that you really don't have to know how to cook if you watch my food preparation videos, because I show you everything that you need to know. So just hold on for a second, and I'll be right back to talk about that. Hi YouTubers, this is Lloyd. Do me a favor, if you're enjoying my video, please click the like and subscribe. It'll help OG out. So I want to repeat that a novice can make this recipe. It's not complicated. There's a lot of ingredients, but it's not complicated. As you see further on, you put it in a pot and you let it cook. There's no really special techniques. You can even, some people use a food processor to slice up the veggies. I will do that sometime, but for this dish, I like to keep the stuff pretty because, it's just a beautiful dish when it's finished. So I want to encourage some people who may not cook much to try this recipe. It's a recipe that we like to do because it's a pretty large portions, because you're cooking 2 to 2.5 pounds of salmon, and that's a lot of fish. And so one of the things that we really do enjoy is that, this recipe works for everybody. I mean, it's not fancy ingredients. You should have most of the stuff. Maybe everybody doesn't have cumin in their cabinet, but it's not hard to find, and it keeps pretty well in the cabinet. So, but all you younger people who are shying away from working things out in the kitchen, try my recipes, because they're more than just a recipe. Oh yeah, it's cayenne peppers. Yeah, they're hot, so I was afraid of it. So you could use a few more. Next time I'll use a few more. But anyway, but I'm from Louisiana, right? You would expect that. But I had a training as an as a vocational educator. I taught photography, and the thing about it is I thought that if I knew photography, I was going to be qualified to be a teacher, because I knew my subject matter. Well, after taking about 4 courses on how to teach a trade or how to teach a process, because that's what we're doing here. This is a process. The training was excellent. My students benefited a lot because I learned that you couldn't take anything for granted. Every step of the way has to be taught. And I try to do that right here, and rather than tell you, or it's not printed in the book, look, you're right there. You can see what size to cut the salmon bits into. So that's the point of doing these instructional videos. I want to get people in the kitchen for health reasons. Everything that I do is really healthy. Maybe not the hot sausage and red beans. The red beans and rice are healthy, and the sausage is as healthy as it can be. The sausage I get doesn't have any nitrates or anything. But anyway, if you check out my recipes, all you have to do is watch it and gather the ingredients together, and step by step, I'll show you how to do it. And all of that because I learned how to be a vocational teacher. So I'm trying to share all of that. You reach a point in life where you learned a lot of things. And knowledge that's not shared is kind of wasted. It really is. So I'm excited about this new role in life at 74 years old, sharing knowledge and insights and fun. My chapter's my channel's kind of complex. We have old folks having fun, having a good time. I have my cooking playlist. We have a playlist that has excellent videos just on being happy and healthy. And boy, I got one that everybody ought to show their kids. But how about that? So that you lose the whole bunch of cilantro. First time I made this recipe, I said, what? But it makes a big difference. Now, I know there's some people that don't like cilantro, or I think there's a genetic thing where some people, cilantro tastes like soap. So if you're one of those people, you might want to prepare this recipe without the cilantro and maybe use a stand-in, something like maybe a little chopped up celery or something to add more flavor. That's all the cilantro really does, is just add more flavor, maybe even some parsley. Parsley gives things a nice savory taste. But anyway, so look, I'm even going to show you how to get rid of those seeds. You just pop the thing, right? So this is a good recipe. The other thing is, we make this recipe, and it's my wife and I, and some of the kids will come by and get some, but basically it's a dish that you can make, and it freezes very, very well. I doubt that you could tell the difference between it frozen or if it's been in the refrigerator a couple of days. One of the secrets is that coconut milk, unlike milk and cream, when you reheat coconut milk, it doesn't separate like milk and cream do. And it's much more healthy, a much more healthy alternative. So that's like I said, most of this, the work involved is the preparation. The actual cooking happens in the pot because of the way that you put things in the pot, and that's pretty important. That you want to cook the stuff so it's beautiful and tasty. Now, I'm going to get to it a little bit later on. Now, this is a nice thing to do. You split that onion, and what that means is now you have a nice flat side of the onion that's going to be steady, and it's much easier to handle and safer, by the way, than trying to slice a round onion straight up, without cutting it in half like this first. So please try this way. Or again, you could cut it in half and put it in the food processor and get something that kind of looks like those slices there. But I like mine to be kind of uniform. So here we go. You sliced up everything's cut up except the tomatoes. We're going to do those right before we put them in the pot because we don't want all the juices to leak out because those juices are part of the flavor. And so that's it. Watch how simple this is. There's nothing to be afraid of. Nothing at all. Nothing to be intimidated. Now all we're going to do is layer in the veggies and the fish. It's that simple. I'll speed things up because we'd be here all day if I didn't. Editing is a wonderful thing. I was a photographer, videographer for like 45 years, and now I'm enjoying flying my drone. If you saw the intro, the new intro, I featured my little drone. It's part of the package now, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to do more drone things later on, and I have a drone playlist as well. So the channel is really, really, my channel is all over the place because I'm that kind of guy. I love music. My wife and I, we love to dance. We have great friends that we hang out with and have a great time listening to some really great music. So please check out other parts, other playlists on my channel because they're entertaining and informative too. I got my drone license, my Part 107 FCC certification, and so I have a channel where I'm doing things with the drone, which is, as a photographer, I love that. Now, see, here's the thing. Make those layers, first the onions, the bell peppers, you slice the tomatoes and put them. See how they still have the seeds and the juice intact on the tomatoes? That's why I didn't cut them before. And you just stuff that meat in there, man. Stuff that salmon meat in there. Just get it in the pot. So it's the central layer. So it has those delicious veggies over it, and delicious veggies. Oh yeah, look, you see me getting every bit of that flavor, the marinade, because that's going to add flavor to the sauce, which is oh yeah. So now you just gonna do it again. Put in the onion, layer the bell pepper, put the tomatoes. I skipped all of that, so we just went straight to after we put I just skipped over that part of the video. I figured you didn't need to sit around and watch that. The beauty of the video and the reason I put the steps in graphics is so that you can stop it. You know, if you want to write down, like you see that, you can stop it and get the instructions periodically. Or if you want to write down all the ingredients, just go to the front, get to one, write it down, pause, move on, get to the next one, and there you go. Put about half the cilantro. My wife loves it. I think she's making a comment now about how the whole house is smelling like cilantro. She loves it. I do too. I don't know what kind of coconut milk you get. This is called the Thai style, and but coconut milk, it's kind of coconut milk. And I usually shake the cans before I open them, and that loosens it up. If you don't, you may end up having to spoon it out. So that's a piece of advice. Maybe I should have put that in the video, but I didn't. So I'm talking to you now. But I hope you're enjoying this. It's a labor of love. That's pretty already, huh? Yes, that's it. Now just think about salt. It's easier to add salt than to try and get something that you've over salted to taste not so salty. So I'll put salt to make sure there's some salt flavor. And this time I chopped up 2 of those whole ones and added in there. The cayenne pepper. They're out the garden. And man, those fellas are sweet and spicy and hot. It's fresh out the garden. It's peppers, no matter how hot they are, they're gonna have a little sweetness. Oh yeah, be generous with the olive oil. You know, it's healthy already. It's got, we don't have any cream in it. So now you just put it on that medium and kind of let it be. Every now and then I'll just push the veggies down in the liquid to try and get them covered at some point. And they will later on. That'll happen. But that's it. Now the fire does the work. No stirring. As a matter of fact, do not stir because you'll mess it all up. You'll break up all the fish. And the way I like it is you reach down there towards there and you see with the spoon and just grab all the way to the bottom and come up with it. And oh man, my wife loves this dish. And it's converted her to eating salmon. And so we'll make it and put it in containers and freeze it. Because salmon's not cheap. We don't want any of that to go to waste. I try to get the no antibiotic salmon. That's what this is. If you're going to cook, you may as well cook with the best ingredients that you can find because you invest in the time. Those tomatoes are out my garden, and they're a style of tomato called Louisiana Creole tomatoes. And we grow them in this rich, dark soil, and the flavor is just amazing. So I also have a video on how to make tomato basil soup, and with these same tomatoes, because I didn't want to waste them and didn't want to give them away. So we froze some soup. We've gotten some of this. Yes, indeed. Look at that juice. The juice is going to change colors from white to take like a creamy tan, light, very light. And then, man, see, that's what I mean. Just push them down there. And then what we want to do is let them come up to a boil. You can see it's starting to boil now. It's boiling. And once we get it boiling like that, we're just going to let those veggies cook. And yes, indeed. Look at that. Doesn't that look beautiful? I'm sorry, I'm admiring my own work. But this man, I have some in the freezer. I may go back and get some of that. I don't know Boo's cooking today, and if Boo's cooking, I'm gonna eat what she cooks. And she cooks good. I tell her all the time, we eating good in this house, man. Eat some good. That's how we say it. We eat some good. There you go. It's coming to a healthy boil. And so, there you go. Like it says, we're going to lower the heat down to like a kind of low and just let it simmer for about 45 minutes. And then it'll be ready to go. There it is. See what I said about the color change? Man, that's some good, yeah. Yeah, don't stir it. There you go, grab fish, veggies from the bottom, from the top. Put it in that bowl over some good rice. I like brown rice because it's healthier. I'm not trying to get diabetes or anything. That's what my wife said. She said the whole house is smelling up. Man, that looks good. Yeah, I'm going to have to dig some out the freezer. Maybe tomorrow. I'm going to eat with my wife. She's smothering some pork chops today. And God, that's like going to heaven. So I'm going to enjoy that. There you go. That's it. And if you don't live in New Orleans, it won't burn you. But if you live here, you know what to do. Put you some chashreds in there.